Appreciate y'all chilling and politicking and paying attention because it's real vital. You heard me? Trench Talk TV. So that's what it's gonna sound like. It ain't gonna sound like nothing sugarcoat. It ain't gonna sound like what you want to hear. It's gonna be trench talk.
Let me ask you this here. You think some politicians or law enforcement could do something to clean this shit up?
No.
Or, yeah, I was about to say, or bridge a gap. And I asked that because I went to an NAACP meeting before.
Mm-hmm.
And man, you had the chief of police in there. You had a few officers. You had a few judges and whatnot. A few different people spoke, and few different people. It was a panel and a day of questioning just about how they can bridge the gap between law enforcement and the community. And one thing that I remember I stood up myself and spoke about was that we don't see no sign of police until it's some trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no humanitarian dynamic to it, to where no officers or nobody that you know affiliated with law enforcement coming shooting basketball with your kids at the park on the weekend.
No.
And of course, I was met with pushback on them saying, you know, they have a life too. They get paid for a service. Man, in my opinion, y'all signed up for that.
Right.
So, yeah, man, like, so that's your answer. You say it ain't nothing that can be. It's too far gone.
Yeah, and like you say, like they saying they don't have time to do the little shit like playing ball or letting the community get to know them, right?
Mm-hmm.
But some of these motherfuckers got obsessive personalities to where they got hard-ons for certain people in the community. And that's the only reason why we know certain police, because that nigga is repetitive. You know what I'm saying? I seen on your list, bruh, stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you from my area, you definitely know bruh, stupid. I don't know if the youngsters know him like I know him, but man, that shit ain't right. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying that, you know, he not, or police like him not doing their job, but it's like what you saying. You putting so much strain on the community, what are you doing to help the community? You know what I'm saying? I remember one time when I was a dead game artist, and you know, everybody had a nice car and some rims, and sometimes the studio session, it used to be at the old record shop Bottom Line. And that's right on the corner of the main street in the hood, you know what I'm saying? So you can't miss us when we there. So sometimes, I mean, this one particular time, I mean, we had a Hummer on 30s out there, Infinity truck on 6s, a couple Beamers, a couple Benzes, a couple IROCs, you know what I'm saying? All that shit in the parking lot, whooped around. We in there recording. Man, you know, we got cameras on the studio, so we could see everything going on outside. But man, we see the police pull up. As soon as we look on the camera, we could see it's stupid, you know what I'm saying? So nigga like, man, don't nobody go outside. You know what I'm saying? We just stay in this bitch. Man, them niggas went to flashing their flashlights in everybody's car. I'm talking about went to every car, flashing flashlights.
For what though?
No problem.
Just harassing.
Just harassing, my nigga. You hear me? Bam. Me and my little partner, them in the Infinity truck, they got a blunt in the ashtray. So he seen the blunt. Man, that boy came in the studio. Hey, who this Infinity truck for? So my little dog, who it was for, he wasn't saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, that's mine. That's my shit. He's like, man, they got a blunt in the ashtray. I'm like, man, you coming here about that? He's like, yeah, you got a blunt in the ashtray, I'm finna write you a summons for it. Come on outside. So I go outside and get the summons for the blunt, you know what I'm saying? Bam. His partner, he like a rookie or some shit, that boy go to searching through the car, whooped around, find some more shit in the car, you know what I'm saying? So he like, oh, this yours too? I'm like, oh no, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I took the lick on the blunt, that's mine, you know what I'm saying? So bam, he go back in the studio trying to find out who the truck for. So now my little dog gotta tell him that's his truck, you know what I'm saying? But whatever was found in the truck wasn't really for my little dog.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't for me neither. But we know who it's for, but you know what I'm saying? Nigga ain't finna pop that off. So nigga like, dang. Long story short, my little dog, who the truck for, went to jail for something that was for one of my other little dogs, right?
Right.
We just had to go bond them out. It was a fucked up situation, you know what I'm saying? But we in the studio doing something productive, minding our business, working. Now we gotta go spend. We had to spend like $10,000 to get him out of jail.
He had got put off the force one time or something for like shooting somebody.
Yeah, excessive force type shit, I think.
Yeah, that's crazy. And I believe he recently back on the force.
Probably
Probably not on the street, but yeah, that's Baton Rouge politics for you.
Yeah.